only support 3 platforms, but
Hey, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
yeah, I was battling with OBS and Streamlabs. I was like, what's going on? I feel like I'm just so far out of the techno loop that it's like, you used to work in IT? Really? How? How? Yeah, back in the days of Windows 2000.
And no, just sometimes you'll encounter something that just makes you feel stupid, and you're just like, I used to do this.
I know, for a living. People paid me for it. I mean, actually, literally gave me money.
Like I made legit money from this.
I did. I made better money then than I do now at that job, but I just couldn't stand it. Probably this is probably why.
No, I believe it because I met a oh, well, this was years ago. I was in USC Columbia, and I was working at EB Games at the time. And there was one customer. He came in, and I'll never forget it. Coolest dude in the world. You know, and he rode on a moped, and he worked at KB Toys.
KB Toys, I remember that store.
Yeah, and so one day we got to talking, and he was telling me that he used to do programming or something like that. I think for IBM,
Hmm.
and I was thinking to myself, so he was telling me this and everything. He was telling me about what he used to do and everything. I was like, okay, you don't work in there anymore. And then I thought probably because it's so much stress. That's why he's working at KB Toys now, and that's why he's happy as hell.
Right. Yeah,
That was
exactly.
instantly my first thought after. Why are you working at KB Toys? Oh, well. Then I started thinking. The one few instances where I used my brain.
This is
George, what's going on, man? George up in the
E
YouTube chats.
nice. E23, E24. So we're on E23. Fantastic. We'll get this started in just uno momento. Let's see if I could type and spell.
Uno momentor por favor. When you live in the deep country, that's how it sounds. Say poor favor.
No, no, I did not mean rules of acquisition. Thank you, Google. No, that's not at all what I meant. Do you stream through your account on, or do we have a YouTube channel?
We have a YouTube channel, and we're streaming on to that currently, and
Ah,
on
I have
to
found it. Nope, nope.
we should be streaming onto oh,
There
so
we
we're on
go.
TikTok. Not on I mean YouTube.
Yes, now I see. Shuffle. What? What?
What?
Oh, go back. What?
What?
What are you doing? Okay, cool. Okay, I've got everything in order here. Art thou ready?
So pulling up the IMDb,
Oh yeah, get your
so I
get your
don't
resources.
I don't forget names because I'm horrible with names.
It always
Like
happens.
if
It
everybody just
always
if everybody just had like a generic like Lieutenant Smith, I'd be good. Like if everybody was just Lieutenant Smith, and then the only thing I just have to remember is like Scotty and McCoy and Spock and Kirk.
Right. We remember all the main people, but
So I don't have time to remember all these ensigns and the yeomans and the and the crewmen's, and I don't have time for all of that. I just need to know the captain. Everybody else could just be Lieutenant Smith. Alrighty, I got the IMDb's up, and let's see which one we are doing. Are we doing the
Return of the Archons.
Return of the Archons? Oh, we do it just like how Star Trek. We're going out of order.
Why not, right? Half the time they film the episodes and then they shuffle the way they release them. But this is going to work out. This is going to work out. I'm now actually kind of excited about how this worked out. It's like an omen.
Right.
It's an omen.
All right. So, George, what's up? Chuckles. We're just getting started. So, right now we're just getting our shiznit together. So that way we get ready to start talking about some Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Some Star Trek.
Remember fighting with kids when I was a kid. Like, it's not Star Trek. And I'm not a Trekkie. I'm a Trekker.
Right? All right. I'm ready. Ready.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 23 of the Rules of Nerdquisition. Oh, I got to say it every time I got it on the first shot. The first shot. It just rolled out. I didn't even stutter. Rolled it right out.
Just rolls
That's
off
awesome.
the tongue just naturally now.
Rolls off the tongue now. But as always, I am Gretchen, and I am joined by my partner in crime, the angry IT nerd Gilbert. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you doing today, Gretchen?
I am sehr gut, danke schön.
Fantastico.
All right. Well, we are jumping back in. I don't know if you've seen on our podcast channel, I sort that couple of week break we took off because I was on vacation. We did like a season one finale, mid-season finale. And then I labeled the Thomas the Villain episode. Space Seed was our mid-season premiere, season one. So I'm kind of just organizing it that way. Now, I do have to say we made a little bit of a goof, but this is a good goof. We skipped an episode. When we had Thomas the Villain on, we skipped over the episode Return of the Archons, which actually should have aired in between Court Martial and Space Seed. I don't know. I think I was kind of excited just to have Tom on the show, and he certainly made that one entertaining, did he not?
That he did. He was highly entertaining, so I recommend anyone to go back and listen to that one, watch it, and yeah, you will you'll definitely enjoy it.
So yeah, that's all we could say is yeah.
So yeah.
But anyway, having missed this episode, as I was discussing with Angry just before the show started, actually works out because we're moving into two episodes which have similar themes, where we have computers that were initially designed to do good things ish and end up getting out of control. And it also is the beginning of a little mystery, which I'm going to get into because now I'm really, really intrigued by this mystery that has not been solved in 60 years. And I need to find out. We can find anybody on the internet these days.
Oh my.
Oh my.
This is quite juicy.
Right.
Juicy.
Exactly.
Sounds like something quite juicy. What you got?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there in just a minute. But
we're talking the dangers of AI.
The dangers of AI. Absolutely. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? In an election season.
somebody's gonna think like I'm some kind of like conspiracy nut against AI because on the help desk I've been talking about, all deep fakes, AI, voice cloning, and all that stuff, man. And so, Gretchen, we are we're doomed. We're doomed. So, anyways, we open up as the Enterprise travels to Beta 3 to learn of
Beta
the
3.
fate of the USS Archon.
Correct. And why is it all the okay? So it starts off with Sulu and O'Neill. They're on the planet's surface, and they're dressed in what mid 19th century clothing, early 20th century clothing from Earth.
Right.
How many planets evolved exactly like Earth in the way of not just the beings that inhabit them, but
But just the style and the dress and everything like that, and at different points in history as well. It's like, okay, you got to this planet. Obviously, you got here um, somewhere within the 1800s. I don't know how you got here within the 1800s, but you got here.
right. And I mean, even if in most cases, like a lot of these episodes are where um, the culture of the planet's influenced by somebody who broke the Prime Directive.
And it's
Here
all
the USS Archon, or in the show A Piece of the Action, or the
mm-hmm.
one with the where they go back to the Nazi Germanys and all that stuff, and it's like they're always picking like these old mid
Right.
20th century Earth things. But whatever, we'll get to that. My favorite thing, I mean, just Sulu and O'Neill look so out of place here,
Yeah. Uh,
and we could
so,
argue that there probably wasn't a Prime Directive. The Archon disappeared what, like 100 years before.
uh, yeah, 100 years before. So, at that time, it may have been a prime directive, may have been around. If not, then it was probably the shapings of the prime directive. Um,
It's not the reason
but
for it.
but yeah, it seems like to me that like I could understand with the Enterprise because during the time with Enterprise, the prime directive wasn't around. So a
Correct.
lot of times they
Correct.
they would just kind of just start stuff up without realizing it. Um, but for the time period where we have the prime directive and everything, they have a lot of problems following it sometimes.
Yeah,
Because it seems like
exactly.
all of the drama and everything that happens is always whenever somebody breaks the prime directive.
Always, always. And even though we're out of order, it is important to note that this episode did first air on February 9th of 1967. And actor Charles McCauley, who plays Landru, passed
Mm-hmm.
away August 13th of 1999. So
100%.
100%. I am 100% for my RIP score. My KD ratio is perfect. Anyway.
All right. And so, like I said, it opens up with Sulu and another crewman down there. They beam back up, and then all of a sudden, just like Sulu just starts acting weird.
Right after
And
they get
this,
chased by those weird hooded figures.
right. And then
Right.
just everybody's just all of a sudden just
He's
it's very, very, very strange, very Stepford
it's
wife acting.
it's paradise down there.
Yeah,
Paradise.
yes, paradise. And then all of a sudden, when Kirk and Spock go down there, and it's like, well, we're here for the festival, and then all of a sudden, this bell or gong or whatever, and then it's all of a sudden the purge just happens, and
Right, the purge happens. I do want to clarify before that happens, though. It's like everyone's walking around like on the streets, all like weird, and Kirk and are like, "What?" They run into that
right.
really creepy dude. It's like, "What is it? You're here for a festival?" And he's
Oh yeah,
like,
this one
eh,
really, really
like
creepy, just overly nice, just like so nice
asking
to
like
where it's like, why are you so nice?
Yeah, asking like if they're from out of town. And I love it when he just looks at the one person. He's like, "Your daddy can put him up for tonight, can he?" He's just, the dude is uber creepy. Like all he needed was a white van and some candy, and I mean, red flag, red flag, red
Right?
flag. You like puppies, little girl?
Why'd you
You want to
get
see
us
my
out
puppy?
here? So,
But you step into my van, I'll show you my puppy.
why'd you step into my van? I got some puppies. You want a pet for puppy? Why'd you step into my van?
Oh,
Oh
no,
my god. So, yeah, and then the purge
the
happens,
purge.
and Spock and Kirk, like, duck into this building where these people are just like, you're here for the festival? Eh, You're here. How come you're not out there with the festival then? And so yeah, immediately they they get attention because they came to the festival, but they're not festivaling.
Yeah, and neither are the guys in the building either. They're all like kind of
So
chill too, like just like
they're just
normal.
chill, just like oh yeah, they're just acting crazy out there because the festival's going on and blah. So we just hang out here until they just get all that out the system. It's like you you do realize that they're setting fire out there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you do realize that they're throwing bricks and everything and setting fires, and like I
Who
mean,
who cle- who cleans up this mess when
right?
it's over? They never address that in the show. How do they?
No,
How do they?
I don't
Who
even
cleans
think
it up?
they even cleaned it up, did they? Or did
Well,
anything get cleaned up?
I don't know, but I mean, it was perfect before.
It was absolutely pristine, and then all of a sudden, with the thing happened, and then it was just trashed.
Right. Is now is I guess maybe this I wasn't clear. Does festival happen like every day, or is it like a yearly thing?
I, they did not clarify that.
I don't think they do. It started at 6 p.m., the red hour, and then it ended at 6 a.m. the next day. But Kirk and crew, then they those with the three guys in there grudgingly give them rooms and they go off to try and get some sleep, I guess.
Right. So then when Kirk and Spock get the rooms, and then the festival is over, then they go out and start exploring and see what in the hell is going on and why all of a sudden just these people just started acting nuts. And so the deeper and deeper and deeper they delve into this mystery, then they find out that this mysterious name of Landrew just keeps popping up. Everybody's telling that, Landrew, 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 Landrew rules, Landrew this, Landrew. And so Kirk wants to talk to Landrew. And
Of
like how
course,
Kirk always does,
he's
he
he's a problem solver.
absolutely modern problems requires modern solutions. And that's what Kirk is. He's a solutions guy.
He is, and we get those like the rogue dudes, the lawgivers is what they're called. They
Right.
come back because
And
they're already Kirk and them are already being asked, "Are you the Archons? Are you the Archons?" Apparently, there's
so
some kind of like I don't know prophecy or
um
ancient promise that the Archons will return, which is oddly the name of the ship that disappeared. Hmm.
so it's like,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
the Archons with the Archons? So it's like, hmm. So that's a mystery right there as to why all of a sudden now the people that were aboard the Archon are called the Archons. Why are they? Why? 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 Why?
Yeah, and with the arrival of the lawgivers, they have to be taken off to the absorption chamber because you are not of the body.
Right, and so then they
Like I'm absorbed into your body. It's weird. I don't. You
Right.
haven't even
And
bought
so
me
yeah,
dinner. I mean,
it's like
I want
absorbed.
dinner
It's like,
first.
no, I don't like no. And they just whack him over the head with a stick, and then they they start obeying.
I'm so sorry. Call me an old school girl, but I still expect dinner in a movie first before anyone absorbs me into their body. But whatever.
Right, and especially if they start trying to whack you with their stick. So I mean, at least get me liquored up first. You know what I mean? At least get me liquored up before you try to hit me with your stick.
Right. And of course, Kirk has got to cause chaos.
Of course,
He's just
because
like, okay,
Kirk is
let's
Kirk.
just Kirk is Kirk. He's like, if I ain't screwing it, I gotta fight it. And that's there's he's not really anything to get freaky with, so he's gonna
Yeah,
have to
so
just fight.
he's gotta Kirk's got to do what Kirk's got to do. He's like, if I can't screw it, I gotta fight it. So I can't screw you. So put up your dukes.
But Landrew, this mysterious figure named Landrew, has some kind of like mass telepathy or something, and he can like command the whole
Right.
city to hunt
So
down everybody. And
so we don't know what kind of mysterious hold this Landrew has, and then we don't know who this Landrew is. And so as Kirk and Spock do more and more digging and try to unravel this Scooby Doo mystery of who is Landrew, you know, and George in the car said, "If I ain't screwing it, I'm pew pewing it."
screw or pew pew. Yep, there is
Said
only
one of
two
the two.
options.
You get one of the two.
Kirk will defiantly say, "I am a lover and a fighter. If I could do
As
both at the same time, I
so you
would."
do both at the same time.
Oh
So
boy.
they start doing more digging and digging and digging, and then they discover that Landrew was actually a person, but it
It
was
was a
like six
person.
thousand years ago. Then when Landrew existed, and so it's like, well,
You're not of the body.
but of the body, of the body, but Landrew is not made me of the body. I'm not of the body. Landrew. And so, Landrew, we find out existed over 6,000 years ago, and then there's the issue of how in the hell is somebody 6,000 years ago still have a strong control over this society, and people are talking about it
Some
they
kind
just
of
had coffee with him.
some kind of mythical person. And clearly powerful enough to find Kirk and crew just when they try to make contact with the ship. And
Right.
that's when he like does some kind of like stun with this like sonic weapon type thing. And they pass out and only to wake up in a weird cave like thing. Probably the same dungeon that they used in the what Cat's Paw. I'm pretty sure they used that
Oh,
dungeon set like
they probably use that
37
dungeon
times.
set just multiple times with everything, okay? He's probably say, yo, change his lights out. Instead of purple and green, make them green and purple. Instead of blue and yellow, make them yellow and blue.
Right. And let's see, Kirk and Spock wake up, but the other three guys, McCoy, Galloway, and O'Neill, are missing.
Yes,
Where did they go?
they are
What has
missing.
happened to them?
What happened to them? And then we find out that all of a sudden McCoy is going around talking about like he's straight off a plantation.
Right when they come back, yeah, he's like, "Are you of the body? Peace,
Y'all love
friends."
the body? Well, let's just talk to Landrew. Landrew's of the body. He'll get
And
you right as rain. He'll get you
they do
Landrew.
all
Like
they
that.
do all this elaborate like brainwashing and stuff. It's like, dude, you want your guests to chill? Just walk up and go, "Hit this,"
Right?
and we'll be like, "All right, cool, thanks, man. Thanks, bro.
It's like,
Good looking out."
it's like what's that smell? And I, oh my.
Oh
Oh,
my.
I like that. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's
Oh,
this apparently this society's, religious figure, their god, has complete control over their society. You know, like a like like a something like a cult. That's
Something like
very
a cult.
interesting. It's something like a cult.
It's like almost we've seen something
It's
like
like
this before.
where have I
A group
seen
of
something like that?
people that keep repeating the same things over that their strange and eccentric leader keeps repeating. He says it and then they just
Right,
repeat it over and over and they can't be dissuaded from these things.
right,
And
and
they're
then
told
once
so
you
many times they begin to believe it even.
right, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. I just don't. Ah,
It's really a good thing this doesn't happen in real life. It's really just I'm so relieved this is not
exactly.
something happening
Same
around us
here.
right now.
Same here,
Because
because
that
otherwise
would be
it would just
terrifying.
be absolute chaos.
Chaos.
Absolute
Absolutely.
chaos.
Absolute chaos.
But
And given this world, it wouldn't be, some ancient 6,000-year-old godlike figure named Landrew. It's probably going to be some chubby billionaire with orange hair. I don't know.
I don't know, just
I'm just
just kind of
going off the
throwing it
top of
out
my head.
there. I mean,
Going off the top of my head,
you
you
know,
know.
and so
But yeah, the McCoy and Galloway and come back and they've been absorbed. And
they've been
McCoy's on
absorbed.
his weird southern. I mean, I know he's a southern man anyway, but yeah, he's all
But
acting weird.
every time Bones gets under some kind of mind control, this is he just goes just completely straight off a plantation southern.
Straight off of it. He walked down that row of oak trees just to say those words.
Right.
I can
And
just
it's like,
see, I can picture this big plantation house, all of these trees, and him just walking down in his goofy little suit.
they're just walking there, just like that, hand over, just
Yo, daddy can put him up for the night, right?
well, look at here. Well, old Jimbo, I think my daddy can put you up for the night at one of the guest houses. Really, man. Really, man.
Yeah, and even though Kirk and Spock try to play it off, McCoy ends up figuring it out that they're not of the body. And this is when the robed figures come. Plantations, robed
Hmm.
figures. My God, what's happening here? Um,
Right?
this is horrible. This is a horrible episode. At least the robes were brown, I
Well, I mean,
guess.
they were seem sort of red, but
Reddish brown, yeah. And you
reddish
could
brownish.
see
I mean,
you could see the lower half of their face like Palpatine style. And I
mhm.
would be remiss, just for a quick, I would be remiss to not mention rest in peace, Mr. James Earl Jones. Yes, I am very aware that he appeared in multiple films and his credits far exceed that of Darth Vader, but he was Vader's soul. My heart is broken. Rest in peace, sir. Thank you.
Rest in peace, James Earl Jones.
Yeah, Palpatine style robes on these dudes, and they're like,
Yes.
they walk up to Kirk. They're like, all right, well, and they're like, you will come with us, and Kirk's like, nah,
Said, I'm
nah,
good,
I
bro.
ain't going. I ain't going. Ain't going. Not doing it. Not doing it. And it like freaks them out. They can't function. Like
Right? And
nobody's ever
then
told me no before.
said, wait, nope, what? Wait, what? And then it's almost like they just stopped because, just like how you said, nobody has told them no, and again, it's like with
Reminds me of
with Landrew, their god, their figure is like he's never been told no, and so he doesn't know how to process that. And
yeah, and he's trying to decide: do I kill them because he does make a threat, or do I go and give a press conference and throw a
right,
hissy fit on national television? Which one do I do? Should I flip a coin?
so I mean, on the one hand, I mean, I could just tell them, hit them with the stick and then be good and be done with it. But on the other hand, I could just whine about it on TV. I don't know what to do. But I'm so glad nothing like that is it happens out in the real world. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Gretch? You know what I mean? Like I'm just so glad that there's not an orange, an orange with a blonde wig that's causing all kinds of chaos around the country. I'm so glad nothing like that is happening, and I'm so glad that
Absolutely.
there's not millions and millions of people that follow this orange toupee.
This weird metaphorical being that we've totally invented
Absolutely.
on this show.
I'm so glad nothing like that is. Whew.
And you just know if this kind of person was real and you told them no, they would throw such a hissy fit. They might even poop their pants.
I know, and it's like I, it's I'm just so glad. I'm so glad that there's no one like that in the actual world today. Ho ho, whoo. Well now, and so now we are on the hunt for Landrew because now Kirk has told him no.
Yeah.
Landrew don't know how
So,
to process that.
yep. So
So
they're like,
now,
Kirk, you're coming with us. So they take him away. They actually take him away. They leave Spock with a creepy Southern McCoy and crew, and like, Kirk, you're coming with us. I think that the Spock tries to do like a mind meld too with McCoy to like break through the or the brainwashing, but I don't work.
said nah, don't worry, cause
Like, don't work.
Landrew
He,
got too strong a hold.
he can make you think that bullets aren't real, but he can't make you.
Right? I mean, it's not like, Landrew could say, oh, I could just unalive someone in the middle of 12th Street and then I'd never lose any supporters. I mean, not like he said anything like that or anything, you know what I mean? And so I'm so glad there's no one like that. That just it's so that's so controlling, so narcissistic, and just so toxic on a
I
level like that. You know what I mean?
I think we'd be a real danger if somebody like that existed. But fortunately, this person that we've totally made up does not exist, and
Absolutely.
we don't
Does
have to
not
worry
exist
about
at
it.
all.
Does not exist. We totally made it up. I might trademark it. I might have
Right?
to trademark it. Yeah. That's fictional. That's fiction gold right there.
That's absolutely pure gold.
Make a great horror movie.
Right?
So it's Spock's turn.
And so Spock. Now, they tried to beat Kirk over the head with the stick. They've been trying to beat Spock with the stick. And it seems like whenever they want him they want him to comply. They just beat him with sticks.
Just beat him with
Oh,
sticks.
I'm so glad nothing like that ever happens in the world either.
Right. But now Kirk has been taken into the machine and Spock shows up too late. It's too late. There's Kirk
There's Kirk just,
of the body.
hey, I'm of the
I am of the
body.
body.
Hey, I'm of the body. I'd like to be of your body. I'm of the body. Hey, I'd like to be of your body too. I'm of the body as well. And then for somehow we figure out that Kirk has been faking. Kirk has been faking. It's like,
Right.
Kirk.
One of the people that they met is part of like some secret underground um that's fighting against the will of Landru and prevented both Kirk and Spock from being absorbed. It's like, hey man, I know you like to pew pew stuff. Here's your guns back. Want your guns back?
Here you go, bro. Here you go, bro. Yeah, yeah. I know you like go shooting. Go shoot some stuff. So yeah, Landrew, we got some people that have been trying to fight Landrew, trying to be free, so to speak. Try to have their own independent thoughts, trying to have their own, be their own people, be their own person. You know, uh, tired of the purge. So
Yeah, I mean, and for someone as emotionless as Spock, well, I would say emotionless because Vulcans do have emotions; they just control them. But
hmm
both Kirk and Spock, figure out the same thing that the society has no spirit, no spark, and we have got to figure out what is going on here, and we need to fix it. So Kirk is like, yeah, Landru, bring it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I got you right here. Meet me in the playground after school.
he said, after school, bust you on your head. So
Because Spock even says, maybe we shouldn't. This could be a prime directive issue, and Kirk's like, nah, this isn't a growing, thriving culture. It's stagnant
yeah,
and must be dismantled. I must destroy
right,
and
because
must.
there's no creativity, there's no inspiration, there's no life, there's no nothing. There's just, oh, I'm of the body. Are you of the body? I'm of the body.
Exactly. And
You're
if,
of the
if we'd
body.
have and if
Purge.
we'd have gone in order, Kirk would still be salty about the fact that Spock. I was on trial last week for killing
Right.
my buddy, which I didn't kill, who was hiding on my ship. Then I had to fight him, and that wasn't satisfying. So now I'm going to fight the whole planet. Okay, I'm going to
So
fight this
look.
whole planet.
So look, cause look. All right. Last week I was in court for a court martial for something that I didn't do. I'm pissed. Somebody's gonna catch these hands. And that planet, I think everybody's gonna catch these hands. You know?
Right, and so while Spock and Kirk are talking to these underground resistance fighters, I guess I don't want to say resistance fighters,
Uh,
resistance pacifists, because they're not really doing anything.
They're part of the Rebel Alliance and traitors. Take them away.
Take them away. You're right. They're Darth Vader without the Vader voice. They're Darth Vader with an
Right?
Australian accent.
Oh yes, it
But
is.
one of them, what's his name here? Marplon claims that Landry's still alive. Like, wait a minute, dude's 6,000 years old.
So how's he still alive? He's 6,000.
How's he? Like, I'll show you. I will show you. I will take you there. And Kirk's over here, like, all right, cool,
So all right, but
cool. I'm ready for
all right, let
this.
me
I already told you I'm
let
gonna
me.
fight this dude.
I
Take me
don't
to
like
him.
him. Let me stretch real quick. Let me go stretch. I don't want to pull a
I,
hammy. I don't want
I
to pull a
waited
hammy while I'm kicking his butt.
I waited in the playground for 3 minutes and he didn't show.
He want to show.
Now
I'm gonna go get him.
now I'm going to his front door. I'll be like, I don't care if his mom comes to the door. I'll be like, yo, where's your
Says
boy?
you.
Where's your boy?
Can he come out and play? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Play all right.
And here we go. We get
And
to
so
the Hall
then
of
we.
Audiences and Landru appears.
And then they said his name enough times, and he appeared.
Landru,
Landrew.
Landru, Landru.
And then they see that Landrew is. Oh, something's up. Something's funny about this.
I Landru, do you?
I Landrew. Do you Landrew? We Landrew.
We Landru together.
We all Landrew.
I'm a Landru, you're a Landru. Wouldn't you like to be a Landru too?
I'm a Landrew. You're a Landrew. She's a Landrew. Cause we're all Landrews. Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then we are face to face with Landrew, and then Kirk
Kirk
is like,
does
you
what
know
Kirk
what?
does best.
Nah, man. I'm kicking his ass. Wait a minute.
I'ma shoot it.
Something ain't
I'ma
right.
shoot it.
He don't have an ass
I-
to kick.
I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot him, and then they shoot him.
Kirk is the kind of guy who, like, if he opened up his front door, somebody knocks and opens up his front door, and there's a bad guy there, he would shoot the guy first and then fire the warning shot into the air second. So when the law enforcement showed up, he said, I fired a warning shot.
Right? See, fired a warning shot, and I was trying to scare him.
I don't need to
Yeah.
tell you what order that came in, but
Uh, fired some warning shots, tried to scare him. Said, but look, you shot him right in the head. He looked pretty scared to me.
Right. Yeah. Look at it. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, look at him. He looks pretty scared to me.
His face is missing. I guess maybe you can't tell, but whatever.
I mean,
Whatever.
he looks scared to me when that's all I.
So this is where this is where the theme of our next couple episodes comes into play for the first
Yeah.
time.
And so we see this is a whole Wizard of Oz type of situation here. And we see that Landrew is a gigantic AI computer that has decided to carry out the orders of the original Landrew that programmed him into making a perfect society and to help people. But then he gets thrown into a logic quandary of how you're not helping people if they're not growing as a society. And if they're not growing because they can't create, they're not growing, so you're not helping them. And in which, of course, like how it was. Of course, like how it was during the time in the 60s when it aired. Smoke just started appearing out of nowhere, and then you see sparks and everything, and then you find out that the logic.
This is a common theme in the original series where Kirk and Spock, in one way or another, always seem to outwit the evil computer with just a series of weird questions. Like, oh,
Right?
you were designed to destroy evil. You are evil. And the computer's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and then it destroys itself.
Yeah. And said, damn Kobayashi Maru.
We'll revisit this again. I won't spoil the name of the episode or the computer involved, but everything I say is a lie. I am lying right now. How can
Bum,
everything
bum,
you say is a
bum.
lie? How can you be lying if everything you say is a lie? That means you are telling the truth, but you can't tell the truth because everything you say is a lie.
Right? Like that. Again,
We
you
can't
presented
fool a
something like
computer.
that, then yeah, that would confuse a computer to which it wouldn't cause them to smoke, but it would just put them in a forever loop into which they couldn't get out of it because, wait, he just said that he's a liar. But then, that would mean he's telling the truth. But if he's telling the truth, that means he's lying. But then he's not lying. But he said he's lying. But yeah,
Exactly.
it'll be nonstop of doing that. Instead
And
of just
Spock-
smoke just all of a sudden appearing out of nowhere and then sparks and random fires.
In the future, apparently, supercomputers can be thwarted by simple brain teasers.
Right?
I don't.
Says, let's
I don't
play a
think
game
I
of
could.
tic-tac-toe.
I don't think I could
What?
beat my own laptop with a brain teaser like that. Yeah, I'm just going to have it play tic tac toe over and over and over again. To, but in that case, it was just learn. It was teaching the computer a lesson. That was a little different, I guess. In war games, is what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it
Yeah,
makes
so
it play tic tac
War
toe over
Games
and over
was
again.
let's play tic-tac-toe, and then it's stuck in a forever loop of playing tic-tac-toe because it couldn't get 3 in a row.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But hey, Landrew, or AKA the computer pretending to be Landrew, the computer also known as Landrew,
Right? And
destroys
so
itself.
destroys itself, and then everybody pops out of just like their zombie trance, like it was, like it, nothing happened. Like they were never of the body, and like
Right.
these weird guys in like rope with sticks came to beat them over the head
I'll give Kirk
to
some
make them
credit though. I mean,
comply.
at least Kirk left a team of specialists to help on the planet with the rebuilding and reintegration of the society into something that is, that will grow and thrive and survive throughout time, rather than just be like, all right, Beta 3, you on your own, I'm out.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
he
So,
left some people.
yeah. Looks like my work is done. All right, y'all. Peace out.
I I came, I pew-pewed, I'm out.
You're like, oh, but we don't know what to do. You're welcome. Scotty, beam me up.
And still,
Oh.
special shout out to Yo Daddy can put him up, can't he? I don't know who that dude is. I don't know who that guy is, but he was just weird.
He was
Just
a
really
very,
weird.
very odd person. A very strange fellow.
I want to know who he is. Can we know who he is? He was
Uh,
portrayed by Ralph Maurer. His name was Bilar.
oh,
No, yeah, Bilar, a male Baton, played by Ralph Maurer, I guess. I don't know who
I
that
guess that's
is.
how you pronounce it. George in the chat says, "Did you notice that the computer that is Landrew is one of the set pieces from the engineering section of the Enterprise?" I
I
did
did
not
not
notice
notice,
that. I didn't notice that.
but am I surprised? Not really,
I'm
because
not
they
surprised,
do.
but I didn't notice it. But I'm not surprised. So now,
Star Trek has often reused scenes and prop pieces, and the one that still drives me the most to this day, drives me crazy, is the explosion of the Klingon bird of prey in both Star Trek Six and Generations. It's the same shot. And what drives me nuts is you can clearly see it's over a table because there's that one piece that bounces up from the bottom of the screen. Drives me crazy every time I see it. I'm just like, oh, and never mind. Riker's like, I want to spread a photon torpedoes the minute their shields are down, and or the minute we can fire. And he fires one torpedo. Never mind. I'm going to get off on a tangent. I'm going to get off on a tangent.
one,
But
and
yes,
it's like,
did
really, really. It's like, come
they did
on.
often reuse those set pieces a lot, like we were saying earlier in the show with the dungeon. The dungeon setup is like
Oh
identical to
yeah,
Cat's Paw. It has to be the same one.
yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised. I didn't notice it, but I'm not surprised. But again, Star Trek trivia that we now know.
And Ralph Maurer, he died in 24 February 2022. It's only a couple years ago. It's been around for a while. One of his closest
Okay.
friends, one of his closest friends, and also another practicing Jew was Mark Leonard. Interesting.
Huh.
Now I have to get into
Okay.
this. Are you ready? Here
All right.
comes the mystery that begins over the next several episodes.
Right.
Starting in this episode, we have a navigator on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Uh huh.
He's in a yellow shirt. His name is Osborne.
Okay.
He was incorrectly credited as Frank Da Vinci in the Star Trek Encyclopedia, even over multiple reprints. However, that was incorrect. Frank Da Vinci played a different character. Osborne, who shows up in this episode, and then also Devil in the Dark, he transfers to security and becomes a red shirt in the episode Devil in the Dark. That's like 2 episodes from now. And he's also in um, the next episode we'll review, A Taste of Armageddon. No one knows who played this guy. He's an uncredited actor. And I have done some, not a super deep dive yet, but I've done some
Okay.
diving into this. And in a world when we can find, your name could be user bunch of numbers on TikTok. We can find you on Facebook, your employer, your blood type, your spouse, your kids, where you go to church within 12 minutes. I
Right.
must find this person. I must find this person.
Like we're in a society where you can find out when a person's last bowel movement was.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we need to find this random red shirt.
We need to find this fellow. Let me see if I can find a picture for all to see. One I will find you. I'm going to find this guy. I'm going to find this guy.
Going to
I'm
find.
just,
She's, ladies and gentlemen, she's on a mission.
I'm on a mission.
She is on a mission. She's going to find this random red shirt.
Can't find a picture I can save. I don't know how to. I might have to share my screen. just to show who this fella is. Where's the picture? Come on. Can I see the picture? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to. Maybe. Yes, there
Maybe.
we go.
All right.
Can you see that? Is it show? Is it
Yep.
sharing?
Yep.
This
I can
man
see
right
it.
here, this gentleman, I must know who he is.
Let's see. We needs to know who is that random man? Who
So,
is the random man at the helm? We needs to know. Beyonce and Taylor Swift's internet, please. We need to know who is this random
w-
man.
we must know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I am on a mission to find out who that guy is because if you go to his memory alpha bio, it tells you when he joined Starfleet, that he
Uh huh.
began in under the command division. He was a navigator for a brief time, and then he transferred to security and reappears as a security officer, a red shirt, aka red shirt, in 2 or 3 episodes following this. I think 2 out of the next 3 episodes he appears.
Okay.
So Taste of Armageddon for sure, and Devil in the Dark. So
All right. So we're on a
internet
mission.
help us, and I'm
So,
going to keep deep. I'm going to keep deep diving. I mean, I had only had about 30 minutes to look into it before the beginning of today's show, but
we are on a
I
mission.
I am not accepting no for an answer on this one. I'm not. I'm not.
To know, because we need to know. We need to know. This is this internet. We need your help.
And if he exists and is still alive, I want him on this show.
The first question is,
I
who are you? Who are you?
exactly. Oh wow, yeah. So that's a mission. That's a mission of
Yes,
mine.
that is that's the mission for a future show, is to find out who that random crewman is and to get him on here because we need to know.
Yes, absolutely. And and we've already talked about this in the past before as well. I mean, we're going to start. I think we've come to the time now where we're really going to start branching out into multiple other sci-fi
Genres and
genres,
genres
is
and
it
shows and movies and
audio dramas.
correct.
So good.
Oh,
So
so good.
good.
Yes.
So
For
good.
anybody that's wondering, we're talking about Helios. It is an audio series that is coming soon,
Right there.
produced by the great and incredible Steve Warnock. He is
Yeah,
a
produced and written by. Yeah.
yep, he is a writer. He wrote an episode for Deep Space Nine, and he is a producer of this new series. And I can tell everyone what I've listened to and what Gretchen has listened to as well, and what we know. It is amazing,
Rogue Moon
amazing.
Productions. RogueMoonProductions.com.
RogueMoonProductions.com. Go there and check it out. You will not be
Yes.
disappointed.
I believe I just want to make sure I know it's right. I do not want to misrepresent though.
I do believe
Yes,
it is. It is
Yeah, it's Rogue Moon Production. Yeah,
Rogue Moon Productions.
yeah. So definitely check it out if you get the opportunity. We are going to be talking about that a lot. We're talking to some other people involved with that project. Currently working to schedule another person involved in that particular show. Hopefully, we'll have them on the show soon. They reached out to me the other day, and I just got back to them. So as soon as we get a definitive date, we'll
Gonna
have them on
have
the show. And
yeah, gonna have some 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 really heavy hitting guests. Some that is involved with this new audio drama, and some that have and I think they maybe was it one of them, one or two of them that's been involved with Enterprise that we're gonna have on the show. Am I correct in that?
There's one, two,
One.
three at
I
least
know
that have been involved.
three that were involved in Enterprise, but I think ones that we um are talking about getting on the show. I think it's like one of them or two of them,
Yeah,
something like that. But
it's one or two. I'd have to double check the list
yeah,
that we got from Steve. And Steve, thank you for helping to set this and that up, because he's
thank
been
you, Steve.
instrumental
Yes,
in helping us and getting these guests on the show and expanding our nerd portfolio and resume so that we can continue to give you great nerd content going forward, which I'm super excited about that. And we wanted to, I'm still itching to talk about Battlestar Galactica. Also, damn you, angry IT nerd. I know I'm kind of all over the place right now, but about a week and a half ago, about a week ago when I got back from my trip, went back to work. I just flipped over to the Doctor Who channel on Pluto TV. Now, is every episode I've watched great? But am I starting to get drawn into it?
and it goes back on so many things that it retracts on, and it pisses fans off so badly because the continuity changes, because it's a show about a time lord that goes back and forth through time, so things are going to change.
No, yeah, that would make more sense to me than some of. I mean, we talked about it last week on the last episode, Space Seed, talking to Thomas. That the continuity of the Trek universe changed all the time. First, the eugenics war and World War
Mm-hmm.
III were the same thing and took place in the 90s, and then they were separate events, and then the times in which they took place were
Right,
moved
yeah.
into the 2000s and 2100s. And so, I mean, they retcon stuff all the time. I just generally know that they happened in this order. I don't necessarily need to know
Yeah,
what.
I don't need to know that it happened on August 28th, 1989, up until September 37 37th 2287. You know what I mean? I don't need to know all that.
Right. And even when Khan says, to Captain Terrell in Star Trek 2, he's like, oh, he never told you the tale. The ship's crew of the Botany Bay lost in space since 1996. Okay, we know that's not accurate in Trek, canonical order now, but
Right,
whatever. It doesn't matter. The story of the movie is so great. The acting is so phenomenal.
right. That you look past that because whatever it is, it fit into that story. And so yeah, and the thing is with Doctor Who, and like I said, that's what pisses fans off, is the continuity of it changes so much. And the thing is that how my brain is able to wrap around it is that because he goes back and forth in time and changes things, it has a domino, a butterfly effect, or whatever you want to call it, in which
Right.
what was is now is changed because the Doctor changed it.
hmm So I guess maybe I'll have to watch more and more of it. To me, like I said, just hearing it, I would start to think I wouldn't be so upset in that genre or that series because of the changes. Because so dude, out here,
Hmm.
I mean, we've all seen Back to the Future. You saw what happened when things got changed, little thing,
Yeah,
the whole world got screwed up. You got this dude just bouncing all over the spectrum, all over the space time continuum, just doing
hmm,
all kinds of stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, but
and it's not just in one planet or Earth. I mean, he's going to different planets. He's going to his own planet. He's going to this one random alien planet,
right.
which
And
again, of that show is like, how many people, how many aliens look like humans with an English accent, or with a Scottish accent, or with an Australian accent?
Right.
It's-
I mean, it is a British television show, so that makes sense. But
no,
I mean, are
I
there
get
any other
that.
series between other than Doctor Who and Star Trek that have had the kind of longevity that they've enjoyed? I
Oh,
mean, Star Trek is still going strong, 60
Star
plus
Trek,
years.
yeah, still going strong. Um, only ones that maybe it's been around that long. It's been like I would have said Battlestar, but since the new series that concluded and Caprica that concluded, you know.
Mhm. They're actually rebooting Battlestar Galactica all over again.
Ah,
They got another remake coming out.
oh no! I hope the last remake that was perfect. It was perfection. They don't need to mess with it. Just
It was pretty damn good. It's
add
one of
on.
my favorite series of all time.
Yeah. All I like to say
Yeah.
is just add on a new season to it, or just make a spin-off series of that. But no, don't try to remake Battlestar. Please don't. Please don't.
But yeah, we want to talk about that. And as I get pulled into the Doctor Who rabbit hole, we're going to want to
Oh
talk about
yeah, it's
that.
but see
We got a whole
but see
bunch of new
that's
Star Wars content coming out, and
yeah.
we're going to need to talk about this the Acolyte controversy.
Oh my god, yeah. And
I have issues. I have issues.
I still need to watch the rest of Acolyte, but I will say as I've watched currently I've watched the first episode. It's really good. I don't understand why it got the hate that it's got, but
I'll tell you
it's really
exactly why
good.
it got the hate that it got for the same reason that I can't remember her name, the black woman who played the Inquisitor in Obi-Wan. The
Yep.
whole
Yeah.
same reason she got hate online because she's not a white person.
Of
And
course.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, black and brown people have been existing in the Star Wars universe since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Get over it. I mean, we got one of the best characters, and I'm not talking Darth Vader because that was like he took the mask off. I was like, whoa! I was not expecting that.
Said
I was not
I
expecting that.
did not think that.
But I mean, come
Said no,
on,
but I
Lando.
mean,
I mean, super suave, Mister Suave himself.
there was more than just Lando Calrissian and Finn. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, there's Mace Windu, or have we forgotten?
I still can't wait for the Mace Windu show. Super, super, super stoked.
Oh yeah. I'm just hoping is that I'm hoping that uh, I'm not sure if Samuel Jackson will still be able to do it kind of physically, or at least like do something with it physically. But I mean, I know he won't be able to do like a full lightsaber, battle type of thing because he's like what 77, 78, like almost 80 or something like that.
Is he? Let's find out. How old are you, Mr. Jackson? You are 75 years old.
75, yeah. So I mean, it's not like he's out, doing CrossFit or anything like that every day, you know.
Let's see.
But
Well, see, and I'm now they're showing. I thought that there was some. It doesn't say that that's definitive that he's coming back. He wants it to come. He wants to come back, and he wants to play an older version of himself. And
yeah, no, I
assuming
can
he
see that.
did not die when he was blasted out the window by Palpatine.
Yeah,
But
I
I
can
could
see
see
that.
him, handless and hiding.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. No,
I still think in some ways Lawrence Fishburne would have been a better call to play the character of Mace Windu because I'm sorry if Sam Jackson is not allowed to drop the MF bomb
it's kind of a
17
waste.
times, yeah, like you're not exploiting this man's talent. Okay.
It's like we're all waiting to hear the the one line him say. He said, "I'm tired of these MF and Sith and this MF and you know."
It's MF and Starship or
I'm
whatever.
tired of these
No,
MF and Sith and this MF and Starship.
right. And I also get it though too. I mean, if you had Lawrence Fishburne play Mace Windu, which also came out, the Phantom Menace came out the same year that The Matrix did. Even if Lawrence Fishburne could have been in both movies, the character would have been almost identical. Because I envision a
Oh,
Lawrence Fishburne played Mace Windu almost like Morpheus, that
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
wise,
yeah. That
religiously faithful person,
right.
having that belief in something.
George in the chat says Star Wars Skeleton Crew. It's December 3rd.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. I'm not real sure what it's about yet, but I do know that it was coming. And let's see, we're not getting a season 4 of Mandalorian. We're getting the movie. It's called The
Mm,
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but
I was a little disappointed because really what I wanted out of it, I thought they were going to take. Now, if they'd have taken The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett,
uh-huh.
Ahsoka, and combined them all into like an Avengers style crossover movie and finished all the series in
Yeah,
one big movie would have been awesome.
yeah, yeah. That
But to
yeah.
just do a Mando and Grogu movie,
It's like,
eh,
I mean,
we'll
yeah, it's
see.
cool, but here's the thing: if you're going to, just like how you said, if you're going to effectively end all those shows, then why not? Us as fans, we need something to kind of, you know, satisfy that cliffhanger that you left us on. We need
Yeah,
something
you've got this massive cliffhanger already waiting for you. I mean, with the whole
with you
Thrawn
got
thing,
with Mando and Grogu and Boba Fett trying to establish himself, and then Ahsoka in another in another galaxy.
another galaxy. And yeah, I mean, Thrawn would be the big enemy. I mean, and I
Yeah,
already believe that Ahsoka is setting up the origins of the First Order
right. Yeah,
because
and
they're still just fighting Empire remnants at this time.
yeah, just Empire Remnants, and I want to say that that well, it was in Ahsoka where they kind of mentioned First Order and starting it, but that was near. I want to say near the end of Ahsoka.
Near the end of the show, I mean, it's pretty clearly stated that Thrawn needed to get back to the standard, the common galaxy, I guess, the galaxy far,
Yeah,
far away, not the galaxy far, 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 far away, just the galaxy far, far away.
right.
Or okay, we got the galaxy far, far away and the galaxy further away. But
But yeah,
obviously,
just like
he's on his way back to continue Palpatine's designs,
yeah.
implement something of Palpatine. So I mean, I want to see this. I want to see this. And
Oh,
just do it all on the big screen with all of them. Boba
yeah.
Fett, Mando, and Ahsoka all just battling this dude. They're the new resistance. They're the foundation of the resistance to come.
Right.
Because
Yeah. So
right
I
now,
mean,
in that time frame, Leia's just hanging out in the Senate doing her thing.
yeah, because I mean, you could spend the beginning of the movie of Ahsoka, trying to find out that oh, I can find a way to get back to the other side of the galaxy to help out, Ezra and Thawne and um, Obi Wan, you know, Luke, Grogu, everybody that's there. She spends the middle of the movie trying to, getting there, fighting, whoever, whatever kind of traps and stuff like that Thrawn has set because Thrawn.
But it looks like we've got a lot of
But
I mean, we've got a lot of content coming from Star Wars. We've got coming up Star Trek. We've got Star
mhm,
Trek Strange New World season 3 is coming.
yep.
Prodigy's or Lower Decks season finale is final season is coming. Prodigy, I don't know that they already launched their second season. I know it's supposed to be out this
Um,
year.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything on Paramount
You
about
can
it yet.
watch the you can watch the trailer for Section 31. which stars is it Michelle
Michelle
Yeoh,
Yeoh. Mm-hmm.
right? And
And that looks really good.
that's an exclusive movie on Paramount Plus. It's like an original movie. It's not in theaters.
Yeah. So
And then we've got Starfleet Academy is coming as well. So the
so
other thing I was looking
we're gonna be Star
into,
Trek and Starfleeted out. But the one I'm really looking for, I'm looking forward to that Section 31.
yes, it does look very good. And I love how we're getting all of these uh, female characters, women characters that aren't white. And I think that's what's driving everyone so crazy right now with this
Yes.
election. It's like, my God, they took my Star Trek, they took my Star Wars, now they're taking my president.
And they're all like, I don't like it, but then let the lead be, a white guy. Great show ever.
And they are in active process of writing Star Trek 4 of the Kelvin timeline, which has been in kind of development hell for a few years. But they
Uh,
are pushing that forward, and they're calling that the final movie in that series. They're going to finish it off with that one.
so
Um,
it needed to stop at the first one.
yeah, but the fact that it's its own timeline at least gives me a little bit of credit, a relief knowing it's not. This is just a reboot. My idea of how it should have went. No, this is something happened and the world got screwed up. My advice to you, Paramount, whoever's producing this movie, writing this movie, whatever, we don't need another throwback to another old Star Trek movie. Please, in the goddess's name, do not do anything that has to do with whales. Please.
And
Or God at the center of
you
the
can,
universe.
and Paramount, y'all don't need that many lens flares. I'm just letting you know.
No,
You don't
no,
need that
we
many
don't.
lens flares.
No.
Like I mean, we got a universe in Discovery where we find out where everything is dark. But in this Kelvin timeline, there are too many lights. It's just too
It,
bright. It's way too
it's
bright. It's too bright in this
yeah.
universe. It's way too bright.
So
We don't need that many lens flares.
you couldn't even stop to appreciate the fact that they focus on it's silent in space. Like when the people get blown out of a hull breach or something, and
Yeah,
it'd be screaming and it would just go silent. You're like, hey, they actually address the fact that it's silent in space because there's no atmosphere to carry air. But then, oh God, what? I can't see,
it's
can't
like
see, blinded by the light.
it's like I'd be suffocating right now, but I'm too blind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, yay! Oh, what'd you say that for? Anyway, I'm sure we'll have many more times to complain and nitpick and do all that fun stuff. Next episode, we're going to be doing a taste of Armageddon, which is where I thought we were today until I realized we'd skipped an episode. So that will be episode 24 on the next episode of the Rules of Nerdquisition. And Osborne is in that episode. Help us find him. He's lost. Need we
Ozzy.
put him on? I'm going to make a graphic and put him on a milk carton. Ha, have you seen this red shirt? I mean,
Said red shirt missing.
red
Please,
shirt missing.
please find him.
If I had any graphic design software or knowledge on how to do it anymore. And I used to
Uh,
have Adobe Photoshop years ago, but that's way out of license by this point.
oh yeah. Besides, Adobe don't play that no more. You gotta pay. You gotta pay
Oh,
to play with Adobe.
yeah, you got to pay. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, anything for the debrief,
Well,
Commander?
I'm just
Anything at all?
I am just so glad that that there's nobody that's like a Landrew in the world, especially somebody that would be like a oh orange with a blonde toupee. I mean, that would I'm so glad. I'm so glad that there's nothing like that. That's going on in the world. But otherwise,
Someone who
But
doesn't
otherwise,
care
good
about crowd
episode.
sizes
You
or anything like
know,
that. Because
I
if he talked,
mean,
I imagine he talked like this all the time.
I'm
Yes,
sure
he
with
had
the festival, the
the
sizes of the
biggliest
festival,
words.
it was, the sizes of the festival that happens. It's a good size.
He has the biggest
They have the biggest festivals. They have the
biggest
largest
festivals.
festivals. And so I'm just so glad.
Nobody does festivals like he does.
Exactly. So fun episode. A lot of little subtleties from McCoy with how y'all doing, and but
You sure your
otherwise,
daddy can't put him up for the net?
why don't y'all come on down to the creek? And,
Y'all come back now, you hear?
but yeah, it's a fun episode. Kirk taking down the evil machine. AI is the Skynet is going to kill us. AI is, oof, AI is scary, and yeah, that's all I got. Other than that, keep your tribble spayed and neutered. Boom, live long and prosper. And I pass that to you.
I've got nothing else other than just I'm mystified. I'm mystified right now. I must find Osborne. Help me find Osborne. Yes, it was a fun episode. I still
We
every
need to
time
find
I think of
Osborne.
this, I close my eyes and I just, your daddy could put him up, can't he? That's all I see. And the weird Emperor Palpatine KKK-esque kind of robed figures collecting people um, for absorption or slavery, whatever you want to call it. This is brain slavery. Just you can
Right.
walk free. You don't have to do anything, but except be nice and don't stop. Whatever. But
But
I gotta find Osborne. I'm obsessing over this now. So if anybody can help us out, appreciate the people in our chat. George, appreciate you being there. Love all the little
George
tips.
Chuckles, uh, Jay Thomas, because I don't want to disrespect her and mispronounce her name. So
Absolutely. So yeah, definitely love having it in there. And on a point, George, to that set piece being reused, one of the things I've always said on that I like most about TOS is that it's built almost like a stage production. A lot of the sets, especially the planet side sets, are often very minimal. You got some like sky background with a few rocks and trees and that weird sound effect that they always use that makes it look like some mystical planet. But yes, I must find Osborne. I'm off on a mission. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Set course for the next star base and take us home.
all right.